Hey everyone, Captain here. Wanted to check in with a amusing new development this evening. Uh, I'm sitting here, got a beer cracked open. It's not a Corona. It is a lovely barrel aged old Rasputin from North Coast Brewing, and I'm just hanging out with you guys. And the reason is George has found a brand new way to fail. And that's the thing about him, is just when you think that he's run out of ways to fail, he finds a brand new way. So most people will remember several months ago, George was defeated yet again and sent running with his curly little pigtail tucked between his legs as he ran away because Mark, and Will Markland managed to get a hold of his book. That was something he swore would never happen. That it would never happen. That Roger was loyal. That Roger knew people in low places. And that the goons couldn't fuck with Roger. Meanwhile, it took just a couple nudges. And Roger couldn't wait to give that book over. The funniest thing about that is here we are today. George has put his book on Amazon Kindle. And if anything, he should be thanking the goons for forcing him to do it this way. Because unlike the vanity publisher that he was going to pay all kinds of money to publish his book, Amazon will publish it for free. So where he was about to pay someone to allow him to fail in his new way, he's getting to fail for free. But I'm sure that doesn't dissuade him even the slightest bit. I'm sure in his mind, whether he's sleeping on a bench or beneath a willow tree in some Richmond park or under a bridge next to a river, whatever, he's winning because his book is out there. This is his day to beat his chest. Now he's going to get his payola. And people are going to see that he is a true success. Never mind that he can't sleep in a warm, cozy bed or have a roof over his head. That he's at the whim of the elements. In his mind, he's winning. And he showed us. If that was true, we would have seen some sign of him on YouTube within the last several months. But instead, he turned, tucked his curly little piggy tail between his legs and ran away. He was literally run off of the internet by Mark, Marty, and Will Markland. Utterly soundly defeated. The proof, you need to look no further than the fact that he's made 0 videos in months now. He hasn't come out and defended himself. The narrative is the goons to shape. They can say whatever they want, and you will not hear George refute a single syllable of it because he can't. He knows he no longer has an audience on YouTube. He has been defeated. He has been proven to be the craven coward that he is. And he's got nothing to say. Nowhere to turn. Even Roger, who was staunchly in his corner, we saw what Roger had to say about him. And if I thought George was capable of learning, I would have thought he'd learned a lesson there. And if he hadn't, well, I would have thought he might learn a lesson when Angela came out and said the things that she said and told the truth, bravely told the truth, because we see the rage that he's capable of from those voicemails that were released recently. What kind of a man talks to a woman like that? You know what kind of a man? A man-child, a big, fat baby. A big, blubbering baby that has to try and browbeat a woman into taking care of him like he's a child. How pathetic and embarrassing. And now we have this book where he badmouths her yet again. Badmouths so many people. He badmouths Kevin, badmouths Vince, all these people who stood in his corner and helped him. That's what you have to look forward to in return for helping George Yared, is bad-mouthing, browbeating, threats. In the small amount of dealings that Angela has had with the goons, she has been treated far better than George ever treated her. It's no wonder that she wanted to come and speak out, say her side of the story. Because if it came down to it, would George stand by her? We already know he wouldn't. He didn't. He had his chance. And instead he threatened, he made all sorts of threats. Tried to scare her and intimidate her, just like he tries to scare and intimidate anybody that doesn't do what he wants. It's shameful and embarrassing. And if he was capable of being embarrassed, he would have never released this book. It is almost shockingly poorly written. One of my favorite sentences in the book, actually it's a collection of sentences, 2 sentences. Just try and wrap your mind around this. In grade school, I was challenged by another kindergarten. Challenge in a very unique way. I was challenged by another kindergarten. I was challenged by another kindergarten. In grade school, I was challenged by another kindergarten. This is what passes for English, the written language of English, when it comes to George Yared. And then another funny thing is, if you look on his Amazon page, for authors, it lists 2 authors. George Yared and George Yared. It's almost like he thought that if he put his name on there twice, that Amazon would send him 2 checks or something. He's probably already counting the money in his head and thinking he's got a night at the Candlewood coming up. But just utterly embarrassing. I think I put it this way to some of the other goons. Just when you think you've reached a true understanding of what a simpleton this guy is, he proves to you that he can sink lower, both intellectually and as far as character goes. I guarantee we have not reached the depths of what George is capable of yet. The only thing we have reached is the end of him having some sort of persona on YouTube. Those days are done. He doesn't have it in him anymore. We can expect that whatever narrative the goons want, they will put it out there. They'll continue releasing calls. They have a ridiculous amount of material. So that stuff's not going anywhere. And that will be the true narrative of what Gorgeous George is. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. I hope everyone has a great weekend. This is the Captain, signing off.